But Ernie, you were in show business by that time, weren't you?
I was in show business on my own, yes.
Not with your father at that point?
Well, my father originally, but not professionally show business. I was in the working men's clubs.
Why you first of all went into show business.
Are you going to tell him?
Yes, I'm going to tell him.
I'll fall back to sleep again.
Yeah. Well, it was to make money, to eat.
Yes.
What happened was...
He eats money, you know.
My father worked on the railway, and his salary was about £2 a week, and there was a family of 7. And my dad was a bit of a performer.
Mm.
You missed that one.
No, I missed that. I was drinking.
Yeah,
you never drink when you're doing comedy.
And my mother played the piano, and we formed this act. And
this was on the railway station.
And I used to go around the working men's clubs performing, and we used to get £1.50 a night. £1.50 for Saturday.
30 bob it was in those days.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, 30 bob. I've finally converted, you know.
You haven't?
After all this time.
I can tell the way you're walking.
Why did you go in for it? Because you, in fact, went in quite early as well. 13?
Yes, I started off round about the same age as Ernie, only maybe 10 or 15 years later. But that's a clever one, that, really. And
carry on.
It's nightclub stuff now.
It's called catty if you're a lady. But
yes,
carry on.
Well,
it's called funny now. Yeah.
And I started when I was about 11 in a dancing class, Miss Hunter's dancing class, and with Molly Bunting.
That was a lovely one.
Her name always pops up.
Always pops up, yes. But I was too young, you know, in those days.
Yes. Do you think you were talented?
Oh, what?
No, really.
What? I'm a bit deaf. What?
Talented?
Well, no.
Was it your mother pushing you to go into the business or not?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Would you have thought of it
expression, if I can get a word in.
Yes,
my mother had an expression that I should never be tied to a whistle like my father was tied to a whistle as a...
Because what was he?
A worker. It was a labourer on the corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so and was it because she then thought of this as something that you could do? Why
saw
did she
something,
think so, you see?
God, I have no idea. She saw something that nobody else saw.
It's a launching pad. A lot of that is...
Don't forget, in the North in those days, it was all Hollywood films. And you went to saw Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, and it was all fantasy.
Yeah, because you wanted to be exactly what you saw.
Well, they wanted us to be.
Yeah. Yes.
When they saw Shirley Temple, I mean...
They thought of you.
Yes. They still do. That's the sad part.
Well, he had lovely curly hair then, didn't he?
Yes, one.
No, the girls used to be like Shirley Temple with the curly hair, and
Jane Withers and people like that.
And the boys were like, I mean, I was
Lionel Blair.
I was England's Mickey Rooney.
Yes.
In those days.
Nobody told him.
Yeah.
What did you start when you first began? What do you actually do?
The first joke.
The sort of little thing, yes.
Wait
a minute. When did you start together?
Empire Liverpool, Friday night, about 1941 or 42. I can't remember the exact date.
And how did you get together? I mean, what made you think that you could team up?
Well, we were both... I was in a show called Brian Micker's Discoveries, singing a song called I'm Not All There, and which has remained with me ever since. And Ernie was not in the show at that particular time, and then he joined the show, and it was in Swansea that we first met, which is your hometown, isn't it?
That's right.
And we actually thought of the double act.
I saw you there then.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. It was in 1941.
In a pram.
Yes.
In a pram.
No. I saw you walking about doing your shopping.
It was a well-known...
They do a marvellous job nowadays. It's all fantastic what they can do.
Look at us. We're where was it? On the train, actually, between Coventry and Birmingham, we developed the act. And we really copied every other double act there was.
Yeah.
We copied an act called Moon and Bentley, Dick Bentley and Georgie Moon, and everybody, Abbott and Costello. We were American. We went through our American phase when we were completely American.
Why did you decide, I mean, how did you get to the roles that you got to, though? I mean, how did you decide which one was going to be the straight man and which one was going to be the not? Was it just because you were tall and you were short?
No, we've gone through phases again on that. I used to do more comedy at one time. Eric's done some straight work. And then, well, of course, Eric's the natural comedian, I think. And and I've developed more character, I think, over the years.
Have you ever
He's
thought...
shyer than me, that was what it was.
Yes, I'm not an extrovert.
No, but then why did you go into show business if you're not...
I was an extrovert then.
Yes.
I've changed.
Yes, it was only an extrovert about money, you see.
Yeah.
But I mean, it takes a lot of nerve to get up on the stage.
I collect white fivers. Yeah.
But it does take a lot of nerve to get on the stage, doesn't it?
Well, it takes years and years of patience, nerve, and super ego, I think. I mean, we used to watch people at the London Palladium when we were second spot in Variety and think we were better than them. I could watch Jack Benny or... who were the big acts in those days? The double acts. Jewel and Morris. Could watch Jewel and Morris, and we thought that we could do better than them.
I will now ask you a simple question.
Yes,
Yes.
What
27.
makes you laugh? That's hard.
Oh, you? Tommy Cooper.
Tommy Cooper,
He
yeah.
makes me laugh. Good comedy, real good comedy.
What would you think is real good comedy?
A natural comic, and there's very few, I'm afraid. You know, because most of the comics nowadays get them on the books. But,
That's just joke comedy.
yeah, joke comedy, and I'm not being bitter, you know, because
We-
there's some very good jokes, and there's some very good joke tellers.
If you want to be a comedian, you've got a good delivery. You just get a lot of jokes and...
Yeah, there's a very good expression from up north again, is that if you're a real comic, you're funny-boned.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both very much.
It's just
And I
something
love
I've
your
said.
book.
Well, I was just
It's
getting
the end.
interested.
It's the end.
I was fascinated by what you were saying.
Yes,
and it's all
it's
over.
an expression, you're funny-boned.